Hello, beautifuls. Welcome back to my Chanel. And hello, little biscuit. How are you doing today, my lovely? Look at your eyes. Aren't they doing so much better? No, the eye gloop shop is closed, girls.
Budget cuts.
So, my lovelies, you might notice a new thing about me. That's right. I've got gout. No, I'm actually still recovering a little bit from a cold. You can kind of hear it ever so slightly in my voice. It went away and then it came back again, which is so annoying. But I have actually had my lips retouched with a little bit of filler to help even out the shape a little bit. And I'm so unbelievably happy with them. It's just that right now they're a bit swollen. So I am giving that like, bimbo slut fantasy, not a thought behind my eyes except... And that's not really the tea. That's a little bit of my image, but not all of it. So, Mr. Biscuits, in the last episode of Dr. 90210, girls, we watched a lady have 4 breasts and have 2 of them reduced, which was a very interesting situation to watch, actually, because it sparked quite a lot of discourse in the comments about, like, the surprise that is the human body sometimes, I suppose. Do I taste nice? Do I? Do I taste like gumdrops and candy and all sorts of things you can't have, like onions? I hope I don't taste of onions. One of the top comments on the last episode of Dr. 90210 Girls is by Ryu Price, and they say, I don't want to be remembered for doing breast implants, so I'm going to Mexico to do life improvement surgery for free, and proceeds to put implants in someone. Let me just tell you, I completely agree. I feel like a lot of the doctors that we watch on these shows, especially Dr. Ray, shall we say, don't, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the things they say are for good optics, should we say. Because quite clearly, that's exactly what he did. He didn't just give that patient a breast reduction and a reconstruction. No, he was then like, implants, go! And we should really talk about the ethics of putting implants into someone who potentially can't afford the upkeep in future. Because that's a ticking time bomb, and I don't think it's ethical. Do you think it's ethical? Let me know in the comments box below if you think that's ethical. I feel like there's a potential problem with burdening someone with a medical cost down the line. I wonder what we're gonna see today, my lovelies, in today's episode of Dr. 90210. We are finally on is this episode 10? I think this is episode 10. Let me have a little look-si-block.
Deranged.
Yes, episode 10, and this one is called Hollywood Pressure. So, my lovelies, does that mean Biscuit gets Botox to become a Hollywood starlet? Yeah, I want to be in Playboy magazine. Oh, well, I'm sorry, but you're too gay for Playboy magazine, yes. Right, my lovely, do you want to have a little sit on the pillow and watch Dr. 90210 with Mummy? Excuse the fluff, but come on then, my loves, pop your hanger in, grab your beverage of choice. Once again, it's the Monster Lewis Hamilton for me, because I got them on a deal. And let's watch Dr. 90210, girls. I'm actually really not feeling 100% today, and outside you can clearly hear construction, so I don't know if maybe because I have my window open, because I'm gonna burn in hell, girls. Well, they would like to say that, wouldn't they? What am I talking about? I'm so warm that I've got the window open, but I'm also wearing a jumper, so... I don't know... Oh, paparazzi girl, look at that hateful shoe! Why would you take a photo of a disgusting shoe? Can you even hear me? Is the microphone even allowed? Oh, a woman's curvy spine, nails, lips, hair, gowns, and a lawsuit. Dr. 90210. But the one is a lipstick, aren't we clever?
Oh, scandalous.
Da-da-da. She's got gown. Lighthouse Production.
Hey, how you doing? I am here.
This is an adult company.
Lucy is on the line here.
Hi.
And we have our fabulous line producer, Bethany.
Goodness, she looks so 90s. She literally looks like she could be out of a 90s sitcom. Bit sort of Will and Grace style. Was Will and Grace the 90s? No, it was like the early 2000s, wasn't it? Right, I can't hear a single thing, so I'm going to turn the volume way up. So I'm sorry if you suddenly hear an echo. I'm unwell. Mummy's got guts.
Oh, scandalous.
Hello.
Hello.
My name's Bethany.
Bethany.
I'm a production
Bethany.
manager producer. I'm seeing Dr. Spalak to get liposculpture done.
There are far more locations than we originally discussed.
I want to make a giant sculpture out of my own adipose tissue.
Why would you say that?
My name is Cindy.
Cindy,
am friends
pixelation.
with Bethany as well as work with her on several projects. I'm kind of sad that she feels that she has to do this. It really bothers me because Bethany is gorgeous. She's just amazingly beautiful. I think if she lived in most any other place in the world other than Los Angeles, I think she'd feel more comfortable with herself.
Interesting.
John Frank, you know
That's very interesting. So, I have a little bit of personal experience to talk about here. So, obviously, being a transsexual woman, if you didn't know, surprise! People often have quite a lot of opinions about plastic surgery. It's quite a divisive hot button topic. And I can understand why, but I feel also in people saying, like, you shouldn't get something done, you shouldn't have that, there is a level of... Sometimes if it's a best friend saying it to you, there can be, like, an element of concern for your well-being. Totally get that, totally understand that, and I think that's valid concern. When someone is just like, no, what are you talking about? You're fine the way you are now. It's a bit condescending to the point of, like, you don't think that I've come to an adult decision about something. You know what I mean? I, for one, would look at people and be like, don't get married, no, don't do all that, no, bad, no, you'll regret that, girls. But on the other hand, I know I wouldn't say that to someone because, like, at the end of the day, it's their choice. I do kind of feel like sometimes that sort of concern borders on, I don't know what the word is. Is it ignorance? It might be ignorance. Like, when I announced that I was getting FFS, I had a couple of comments from people being like, no, you look fine the way you are. No, just sort of do all that. And it's like, actually, my FFS is from a medical standpoint to treat my gender dysphoria. So for me, it was like a medical necessity, as well as there were some elements that were completely cosmetic. I can understand that as well. At the end of the day, it was me undergoing the knife. I paid for it myself out of my own pocket. So it's like, I made the decision and my decisions should be respected in some way or another. So for me, when I hear someone play the card of like, oh no, I am a bit like, are you doing that from a valid point of concern for the procedure? Or are you just like, no, sit and suffer with yourself, just like the rest of us do?
Is that tea?
No time for that.
Mansion.
My name's Sean Frank Rosenblum. I'm a producer in Los Angeles,
you were a
California.
person.
And I think Bethany is a fantastic girl. I don't fully understand why she thinks she needs to be even better. But the competition here in LA is so tough.
Right.
All those twig girls walking around everywhere that I guess she feels that it will make herself happier and more fulfilled and lead her more towards her goals. Well, I would encourage her not to do it, but if it makes her happier inside, then so be it.
$5?
Yeah.
Right.
Because we're friends.
I think I've been considering plastic surgery off and on for the last few years. It's kind of been in the back of my head, and it's been something I've thought about.
Yes.
Now I think I'm kind of ready to do it.
The message was...
So that to me sounds like someone who's actually thought about it. It's not just like on a whim, one lunch day afternoon, more money than sense, going like, oh, let's get BBLs, go. Like, that seems like someone who's paid a few years of attention to a certain thing to be like, do you know what? This would enhance my quality of life. I'm going to spend my hard-earned money and do what makes me happy. As long as someone then goes to a doctor who is reputable, who has a great bank of work, then what really is the issue here? As long as they're not being coerced into it by someone else in their life, what's the problem? Again, it's this kind of thing of like, you can't make decisions for yourself, no, which I really don't like.
Sending our children
Right.
is unless you look like this, there's something wrong with you.
It's the old joke in the 50s, we all wanted to look like Marlon Brando and Elizabeth Taylor. In the 90s, we all don't want to look like Marlon Brando and Elizabeth Taylor.
And
That's all on
Yes,
Bethany's
unfortunately,
shoulders.
bodies do seem to be on trend.
Beautiful, beautiful shoulders.
Right. Is she getting her shoulders contoured? I don't understand. Oh!
I'm Mellow Man Ace.
Right, I see. She is in music video
Invited her
production.
down. She came out.
A breast.
Splendid.
My name is Tabitha Stevens. I am an ex-adult film star.
Oh, wait, no, this is the other patient. Oh, my goodness. An ex-adult film star, so we know what that means, don't we? Big titty lady videos on the internet. I wonder what she's going to have done.
More mainstream.
Oh, look at those low-rise jeans.
6 breast jobs, 3 nose jobs, cheek implants, under the nose implant, a nose implant, a chin implant, and a fat transfer from the side of my leg, kind of my butt, to my face, so I have a butt face.
Okay, that's a lot of work. That's literally like full body transsexual treatment there. I love how it's never called like gender affirming surgery when cis people do it. It's so funny. Like, for her to feel more feminine and feel more beautiful, she's had like facial feminization surgery and body feminization surgery. But we don't call it that. No, we're just like 6 breast jobs, 3 nose jobs, a nose implant, a chin implant, fat transfer. Like, sure. I am very much of the opinion of do whatever you want to do to your body as long as you take whatever you're doing seriously and also with regards to your health and your quality of life. So far from this like 8-second introduction, this patient here doesn't seem like her life has been negatively impacted by these amounts of surgeries, but you know, TV isn't everything. But she wants Botox injections. Okay, she's 34. That's the same age as me, by the way.
I am going to see Dr. Ray to have Botox done.
Right, lovely, Botox.
I'm just afraid
I get it done
day
constantly.
that my whole face is going to combust when I'm near flames because of all the implants that I have, and they're made of mylar. The flames are coming. I can feel them. My face is starting to go.
She's got a sense of humour, hasn't she? Sorry, she said that they were mylar? What are mylar implants? Shall we have a little look? Mylar implant. What is that? A polyester film. Ooh! Oh, hang on. Right, I have something here. Cheek implants are usually made of hydroxyapatite. Hydroxyapatite, which integrates well with natural bone tissue. Hydroxyapatite implant is placed in the mid-face region and becomes part of the cheek structure. So that sounds like a permanent implant. Interesting. I'm going to Google that. What is that? Hydroxyapatite is an inorganic material. It's a form of calcium. Fascinating. Oh, wow. I bet you cannot remove that once it's in the body. Do you know, there's this really awkward thing that happens sometimes in science. When they have a word like hydroxyapatite, they put in brackets HA, and unfortunately, in my mind, HA always means hyaluronic acid. So for a split second then, I was like, oh my god, are my fillers not actually hyaluronic acid? It's so annoying. Like, everyone, no, should we just use different initials, please? Thank you, everybody. Pay attention, IUPAC nomenclature. Here we are, walking down the street. She's got gout. Ellen Bogan. Biscuits fluff is on my nose. It's very tickly, so I apologize.
Hey, honey.
Ooh.
We offer a number of non-surgical treatments here. One of them is endermology, which is a type of a machine which rolls the skin in order to get rid of cellulite and to tighten the skin.
Cellulite.
We have Pamela here, who is a registered nurse and is probably one of the best technicians in doing endermology. So you're doing Natalie, huh?
Yeah, I'm doing Natalie, little Miss Natalie.
Oh, you're doing Natalie, are you, Pamela? Pamela does Natalie! Now available on OnlyFans!
Very good.
Right,
I'm
is
Natalie
this a thing?
Rotano, and I was an actress on VIP,
And I also drink
co-starring
this
Pamela
wine.
Anderson.
Oh my god,
should
yeah!
not
Talk
and
of the
will
devil.
not hurt the patient. So this should just be a nice, comfortable, deep tissue massage, gets into the connective tissue, speeds metabolism, so now we're able to shrink the fat cells.
And that's the only thing that really matters. As long as we feel skinny, that's the point.
Yeah. Did you enjoy that?
Yes.
Oh, it's a plague, isn't it? It's an absolute plague wanting to be thinner because it also plagues my mind. For goodness sake, capitalism wins, doesn't it? At the end of the day, capitalism always wins. I don't know about you, but the idea of just quickly seeing someone rub something over the skin like this doesn't seem highly efficacious. I haven't done any research into this though, but it might be. What was this called? Endomology. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly look up endomology because I'm very skeptical when it comes to things that are not like surgically or implanty based. A state-of-the-art treatment designed to reduce excess fatty tissue and the appearance of cellulite without surgery by mobilizing the fluids of the body and stretching connective tissue. Does it work though? Endomology will not reduce weight. Okay, so what does it do then? What does it do? It's a lipo massage technique. Okay, so you're literally just, it's a massage technique. See, this is where treatments start to get very confusing when it comes to cosmetic surgery or non-surgical options, should we say. Because from what I can see, all it really is doing is promoting like lymphatic drainage, which isn't really, like that's not really what it says it's doing, if you know what I mean. Like, she's clearly said there, like, oh, for fat loss, then it helps stretch the connective tissue. Yeah, but why? Unless there's something quite, like, medically necessary, usually your lymph system is quite good at draining itself. That won't necessarily make you lose weight. Or I don't know, you know. There's lots of snake oil treatments when it comes to non-surgical options.
Hey, I'm Nikki Ziering.
I'm Nick Ziering?
And
of the Ziering hair dynasty.
with my friend Pamela here, who is giving me endermology.
You know, a lot of people say, but Nikki, you don't have cellulite. And I say, exactly. I think it's a misconception that this is only for people with cellulite.
There has always been pressure to look good, not only in Hollywood, but everybody I know, whether they're in the business or not, they want to look the best that they can.
They do talk about the pressures of Hollywood. These girls have to be in the best shape they possibly can be. So the models, they do come in, they work hard, they exercise. This is not a lazy way to do it. They do everything else.
These auditions around here.
So this is like a complimentary system.
150 girls will show up for one little tiny line on a film.
It's very easy for people who are in show business who don't get a script for 9 months to blame it on themselves and come in here and say, well, maybe I don't look young enough, my neck is a little too fat, that's why I'm not getting scripts.
Yes, quite possibly. I don't know, there's something about this lady who's just like got her hair done and just like rubbing this thing over someone's skin. I'm like, is it really doing anything? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is this non-surgical option that's $150 an hour doing anything? Has anyone here in the audience had endermology, and has it made a difference for you? Because for me, I'm a bit like, I would rather, if I was going to have 3 or 4 sessions, I'd rather save that money and be like, okay, let's look at more permanent actual options that are maybe a bit more invasive. I don't know. But interestingly, I understand the struggle. Am I going to use the word struggle here? The struggle to want to be like the best and to be on top form and to be very much in demand. Like doing YouTube, I'm my own producer, I'm my own video editor, I am my own content producer, I am my own scriptwriter, I am my own like internet technician, I build my own computers. Like everything I do that you see is from the ground up. And if I take like 1 or 2 weeks off, it will come crumbling down so fast. So I also understand the pressure to want to look beautiful, engaging, to actually think about what I'm saying on the internet, to actually never take any of this for granted. It can be quite exhausting. So I can only imagine that back in the day when you couldn't really do this because this is all self-produced, there were no avenues to explore self-produced content, maybe except adult content, I guess. I can understand that some of these girls are like hungry for success.
I'm Dr. Svalak.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Hi.
Who are
You have a
you?
very pretty smile.
You're new.
Right. What would you like to talk about today?
She looks different with her hair down.
Looking into liposculpture.
Liposuction is more liposculpting.
Yes.
Liposuction, well, it's not really just sucking fat. We can sculpt the body, shape the fat, narrow the waist, narrow the hips, thin the thighs. So it's really nice for a woman to feel more curvy.
I'm doing great on the curves. I think I just want a little less curves.
Oh, you look good. You look good.
So like right away you look somewhat better because the fat's gone, you look better.
The next day, if you came in and I said, well, I took 10 pounds off,
Yeah.
and you got on a scale, you'd probably weigh the same.
Really? Okay.
And you're like, doctor, you know, you said you took 10 pounds off, but I weigh the same.
Right.
But that's all part of the body. That's how the body heals. What it does, especially after liposuction.
I'm not sure I agree with that. That kind of breaks the first law of thermodynamics, which is matter cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred from one form to another. Sorry, not mass, energy. My poor little lady brain's like, I'm really struggling today, girls. So the idea that he has said, oh, if I took out 10 pounds, and if you weren't drinking like over 10 pounds of fluid, where would that, like, you don't just absorb fluid from the air and weigh more. That's not how, like, mass works at all. That's not how the body works. So, I don't know. I'm a little bit like, yes, if you would remove 10 pounds of something, maybe there might be a change. Maybe you wouldn't weigh like, maybe it wouldn't be like 10 pounds. Maybe it'd be like 8 pounds or something, because your body would be absorbing fluid from like your saline drips, from any food and drink that you might be having during your recovery. But to 10 pounds the next day, I'm not so sure, you know. I feel like that's a little bit of a, that might be a little bit of like surgeon like jargon to like confuse a patient, just to make their healing a lot more smoother and to make them less panicked. I just want honesty though. I just want someone to be like, no, do you know what? This would happen. This is more likely to happen. Like, I need honesty in my life personally. Blah.
How the body heals. What it does, especially after liposuction, is it holds on to fluid. And
yes, but
you'll
only
notice
if you
probably
drink the
6
fluid.
weeks, then you get on the scale and you're like, wow, I am lighter now. This is Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hey, babe.
So why don't you stand right in front of me?
Hello,
here.
Mary.
Mary has had surgery on her vagina to gain what she calls the fattest vagina in the world.
I'm going to have you take your garment off.
Okay, just off.
Beautiful garment.
Yes, all the way off. It's just easier to take it all the way off.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No,
I know.
This is the worst part. The surgery
swollier than this.
I know, I'm like, oh my God. Okay, don't look.
It's definitely bigger in
Yeah.
here. This here, it's not
Yeah.
bad. So, okay. You got good muscles
She's just
to
an
work
average
out.
woman's body.
Wow, you got awesome muscles. Okay. Hernias. Put your gown
Is he
on.
flirting a
I have
bit?
a good idea. She's like, whew.
A bit like.
Areas I'm thinking of. Upper abdomen, so I'm going to say about 200 cc's. So the hip area, I'm guessing 700 cc's on both sides.
$8,000.
So we're going to get you to the beach.
That's interesting because it actually costs more now. Liposculpture and liposuction in this day and age costs more than $8,000. And I also don't think that's just due to inflation.
Yes, I'll go to the beach and just wear a thong. That's okay.
200
After we're
cc's.
done.
That's
Well,
like
we'll get you
200
something
mil,
very
right?
pretty and cute, that's for sure. You'll look very sexy.
Interesting.
So,
There are very well-meaning individuals who work very, very hard to improve their bodies.
Yes.
But I will tell you this, there are things you cannot improve with exercise.
Some people, exercise won't even reduce the places that they want to reduce. Women will exercise all day long, 5 hours a day, 3-step classes a week, have a personal trainer to try to get rid of the saddlebags, and it just won't happen.
great. Well, it was nice to meet you, Bethany.
Yes,
You take
true.
care.
Sometimes that's just the way the
My
body
biggest
holds on to
fear
adipose
is
tissue.
maybe the anesthesia and the real process of having
We
surgery.
do also have to think that fat, though, like body fat, is not just like an extra thing in the body that's just sometimes there. It is actually, like, it does function. There is a function to having adipose tissue that is beyond, like, keeping warm in the winter, girls, hibernation, make sure you eat all your eggs. So there is different types of adipose tissue as well. There's, like, brown adipose tissue, there's white adipose tissue, and they all do different functions apart from storage of energy in most cases. So I feel like liposuction is a bit of a strange one because I understand the concept as like a means to an end, but also the very fact that a surgeon has said to you, sometimes all the amount of exercise that you will ever do will not get rid of these certain areas. And sometimes those certain areas are literally functioning as an organ. And should we have those removed? I'm not sure. But I'm also not a surgeon and I'm not a doctor.
Because I've never had that done before. I've never having surgery done. Because I've never...
Is it my little biscuit? Oh, sorry, you really sleepy?
Process of having surgery done. Because I've never had that done before. I've never even been in the hospital.
Oh, first time in hospital cosmetics. Okay. Doctor 90210, she's got scouts. Beverly, a woman, a flower. Right. What we seeing now? Dr. Ray's office.
welcome,
It looks
welcome,
different every
welcome.
time we see it.
I see you're an actress here in town.
Yes.
Right.
What's on your mind?
Botox, right here.
Okay.
Here, I want my face to be as perfect as it possibly can be. There's a lot of upkeep, especially in the entertainment business.
Yes.
See, I have Botox in my face. It doesn't keep me from animating. I still animate because you need to. You're an actress.
Most people would say, oh, why would you need Botox right now? I can see little lines right here.
Exactly.
It bothers me. I don't like it.
So she's very animated, but the key with things like anti-aging is you don't have them done when it's too late. They are a prevention to aging further. They're not, that's why we call it anti-aging and not de-aging. There are de-aging treatments, but Botox itself is an anti-aging, paralyzing treatment. I have Botox, and mine's just starting to wear off, actually. I have it around here, here, and also up here, and it has changed the game. I do in fact have this line that's just starting to appear, so I can very much sympathize with this patient here because I'm going to get mine topped up in about a month's time. I do find it quite amusing though when I do say something like, oh, well, I need to get my Botox done or something, and someone is like, you don't need Botox, look at your forehead. It's like, I know, it's because I've been having Botox done for like 3 or 4 years at this point. I know. It's anti-aging, not de-aging, and if you want to try it, my loves, go ahead. You have my support. Make sure you go to a reputable practitioner.
It's just something that grosses me out. I need to have that fixed.
Well, you do animate that a little bit too much.
What?
There's a little bit
Other
too
side
animated,
is
and it's going to end up in a crack. So I see what you're leading with this.
It's going to make me crazy.
When we look at this beautiful model, we see the whole persona. We don't see the blemish they see.
There are so many celebrities that I've prevented them from making freaks out of themselves, from overdoing things.
People in film industry
Very
is a
easy
slightly
to do.
different category. They make their living from looking a certain way. Tabitha, very nice conversation. I enjoyed talking with you.
I imagine nearly everyone in the
really pleasantly
entertainment
surprised how
industry
up to date you are with all the techniques and everything.
I suppose back in the day people just didn't know, did they? They just want
for this
Botox.
surgery. I don't feel really that nervous or anything. I'm
Bethany's
excited.
surgery day. Look at the state of that. The state of that surgical office. It's literally like a whimsical cottage in Cornwall, girls. Oh, don't tell Steph Toms.
Doing things to my face that I probably shouldn't.
Had a great night's sleep and ready to go. My
Ready
roommate
to
Andrew is
go, girls.
here with me today.
Her
He's been real
boyfriend.
supportive
Ah,
so
you getting kissed, don't they?
And I brought Bethany for surgery.
Friend and roommate.
I don't think it's necessary, but it's her choice, and if it makes her more confident, and I'm behind her.
With a man, when you do a facelift,
With a
he's gotta
man?
go like this.
He's gotta shave
And
a
he
little
had like a little patch of hair growing behind his ear.
That's funny.
And I said, you know, this is Hollywood.
Next, I'm gonna sit over there.
I'm gonna just.
That's the.
I like Dr. Ellen Bogan. He seems like he's got a nice bedside
I
manner.
relinquish Dr. Sue.
Dr. Ellen Bogan is like
I'm just trying to keep her from getting nervous.
I know
Yeah.
he is. I
This
told
is
him the other day I was
protege.
going to be nervous.
You're gonna be fine.
I feel pretty calm right now. I mean, once the needle gets close to me, where I'm actually getting the IV drip and all that, maybe I'll be a little more tense. Wow, that's really
She
what
seems
my butt looks like.
really
These are
like...
professional pictures and they don't lie. The hip area, that's where we're gonna be pretty aggressive in the hip area. Here.
Be aggressive.
Okay.
You're gonna be so thrilled. Your firstborn will be named Svalak.
It's gonna be Steve, right?
Little Stevie.
Liposuction, the simplest thing we do, actually stays swollen for a long time.
Yes, 6
They're not
weeks,
going to look
8
good
weeks.
until about 5 months down the road.
Oh, is it really? Oh.
I've never had any kind of surgery done or anything like that. I've never even been sick, so just that in
I've
itself
never been
is just
sick.
the kind of the unknown is a little nerve-wracking.
Okay.
All right, that's supposed to make you a little
All
less
right.
anxious.
I'm quite excited to see how this turns out for her.
It's good? Is it working?
Because she already seems really like happy and bubbly and lovely. And if this one little thing can improve her quality of life, like surely that's quite nice, you know? Oh, Dr. 90210, we've put a woman in the tree. Beautiful.
Good morning.
Good.
Very nice.
Tabitha's Botox day.
Hello, Christine. How are you? You're looking very good this morning.
Thanks, so do you.
Thank you.
Is Botox enough to be on TV? I guess maybe back when
And
this
let's
was
put a
made.
little cream on her forehead.
Right.
She doesn't need to be numbed. She's ready to go. She's never numb.
You are a rock.
Most people numb.
Oh, do it my way, just for once.
Really, I think
I don't want you to be in pain. Try just once.
Okay,
my
I'll
potion.
try it. I will try it. I like
Interesting.
to feel the pain. I like to know it's happening. I like to know, like, yes, you're getting Botox right now. But they're not gonna numb me.
I wonder if maybe something else is going on with Tabitha that maybe we also might like address before we just sort of say, let's do Botox. I don't know. Just a thought.
They call me No Pain
Quirky
Ray
lady.
around here. I swear to God. I diluted the least dilution possible.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's the Harvard way. Do one final step. When you have complete brain freeze, let me know.
Okay.
Okay? Gosh, you hardly have any frown lines at all.
I
So
don't get numbed when I get Botox.
the first one right here is gonna get 10
very
units.
deep.
So we're not joking around. We're really.
Oh. So
Yeah,
when
good
you have
amount.
had Botox,
Oh,
you do
you
look
are
like
rock.
you've been attacked by
This really
mosquitoes
doesn't bother me
afterwards.
as much, but by the eyes, it's very delicate. So I'm gonna see how much this one hurts. We're getting ready.
She loves it. She is a little filler queen. She loves it.
With it too much because it can drift into your eye and make your eye lazy. Okay, you're
We don't
all
want
done.
lazy
When
eyes,
you do
no.
it over again, hopefully in 6 months. Do you think you'll want the numbing stuff or not?
I won't need it. I think I can do it without it.
You are a rock.
I am a rock.
You are a rock
I am
girl.
a rock. I'll know in the next couple days if I have any movement in my head. And if there is, then I will be right back here. And you'll shoot my head again.
Oh, she knows the tape.
High-profile people, whether they be in the entertainment industry or in business, they'll often like to wear a cloak of eternal youth. They almost want to seem immortal.
The
Yes.
modeling industry, the acting industry is centered here, and certainly people.
Yes, there is something that is a little bit like. There definitely is something to be said for like not trying to chase the concept of eternal youth. Like, I know that I'm going to look like this for another couple of years at least, but I will eventually start having like grey hairs. There will be wrinkles that Botox is not going to get rid of. There's going to be skin texture that's going to happen that's just a part of life. And I don't know, I can very much see myself being a bit like spooked at first, but then getting used to it, because I feel like everything in my life has been a bit like, oh no, what's happening? And then I've sort of adjusted to what that is. So I'm definitely going to be like fully Botox filled up for the rest of my life. But I also fully know that I'm not going to look this youthful forever, because this is the most youthful I will ever look in this moment. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I feel like that's the ramblings of an ill woman.
We're into it, have to play the game.
Play the game. The game is Tetris. Tetris with Botox needles.
We're going to be doing Bethany's surgery.
Right,
She's
milk,
gonna be
injection of
having
milk.
liposuction done.
Oh, right in the eye.
Okay.
So the thing with liposuction is, over the turkey goes!
Is that zeroed?
Right.
First thing I'm doing now is just locating my incisions. I'd like to try to hide them in the panty line.
Panties.
One here and one over there.
Right. Oh, that's a long one.
Ultrasound device. Really helps in getting that fat emulsify and get the contours you really want.
Don't emulsify her body, please. We don't want
Takes
that.
a while. It's a little tedious.
Oh, it's so...
What do we got? See, it's almost pure fat coming out of there now.
It's so shocking how, like...
In less than a minute, I get 100.
Aggressive it is.
Oh, yeah. It's coming down nicely.
Oh, goodness me. Don't do all that, sir.
About almost 900 cc's of aspirate from the back here on the right. Bethany's very healthy.
900
Doesn't
cc's.
smoke. She's very motivated.
Oh, he's completely deranged.
Stop work. Stop playing around.
This is playing around.
This is serious surgery.
Scolded.
Good job, Steve. What's your total, Maricela? 5,825. That's good. Yeah.
Right, 5,825. Is that £6? 12 pounds. Oh my goodness, that's actually quite a lot. That's quite a lot to remove in one session, isn't it? Isn't that over the limit? What is the limit? Isn't the limit like 10?
I think we got it.
Oh, surgical.
You're skinny mini now.
We took a nice volume off and gave her a nice waist and hips and thighs. After surgery, she's going to be a little groggy. I mean, it's a big hit physically, and she's going to be tired.
Hey, sweetie, how you doing?
A tired woman.
You okay?
Oh.
Surgery went really well.
We're all done.
Oh, off
You
her
look
face.
beautiful.
Absolutely off her face.
Okay. Just going to let you rest a little bit.
Yes. Rest for mummy.
That you're at work? Is this what it feels like to be at work?
You should work a little harder when you're there. You were asleep for 3 hours.
Oh, this is a bit mean, but she's clearly off her face. She's like, I'm at work.
How's
Interesting
everything?
job.
Good. Hi, Bethany.
Hi.
I heard you were awake, and what's the matter? Are you crying because you're really happy, right?
For absolutely no reason.
Oh, you did wonderful.
It is emotional getting surgery.
You're gonna look great, I'm telling you.
Anesthetic does weird things to the body. Give that palm tree Botox! Right, oh look, houses, a woman, some trees, a woman.
How are you?
Right, here we go.
What do you think?
Right, 3 weeks after surgery.
Happy.
I heard you went out shopping for clothes already. What happened?
Shopping already?
I was like 4 sizes smaller. I brought all these jeans into
No,
the
that's
thing.
wonderful. What you're gonna notice probably in the 3 or 4 weeks, you're gonna have to go buy more clothes.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
You're gonna get smaller.
It was kind of fun to start out at the biggest size and kind of work my way down into the smallest one that I had brought. It's just nice to be that size again. It was a good feeling.
Okay.
Wow. This looks amazing.
I know, it really
This
does.
is
It's
phenomenal.
amazing.
Did I
She
make you
seems
that
really
skinny?
happy with her results. I mean, what more could you ask for in this situation?
No, you look phenomenal.
I'm not sure I like his bedside manner. He's a little bit like
I don't even know what
jokey
that is.
laddie.
The results I got from narrowing her
wanna see it
waist
before and
and
after.
thinning her thighs and everything, it's a perfect shape for her body now. And she's only about halfway through her swelling. She's 3 weeks out. Stand right in front and look at these
Wow.
pictures. Look at the difference.
It's crazy.
I know.
That is quite a difference.
Cool.
I don't know if you've spoken to Pamela yet. about endermology?
Oh, no, I haven't. I've been thinking about that.
We use endermology on many of our patients after liposuction to have them heal quicker.
Liposuction can make, for example, legs very beautiful. But if you add endermology to it, it's going to come out much more beautiful.
I don't want to be that obsessive about my body. It's like I've had this done, but like to go in and, you know, constantly have endermology and just, you know, I'm not trying to be perfect, you know?
You do good. Excellent. That is like a well-rounded idea of what a surgery process is. Sometimes I do kind of feel like this is just a little like way of being like, I don't know, not money making as such, but it's very like, oh, well, make sure you get your like 12 sessions of endermology afterwards so that we can charge you $150 per time and then you keep getting it. And then maybe at the end of the year, we'll offer you a discount on your second year. Like it kind of feels a little bit like trying to turn surgery into a subscription model. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm into it. I don't know. I still remain to be convinced. Seeing as I have looked at myself into liposuction and have only just, right now, this second, learned of endermology from 10 years ago. So, well, it's more like 15 years ago now, but...
How vile.
Work, man.
Well, thank you. I do my best.
You to all my friends.
Good. Send them all in.
Hi, guys.
And that's me, yeah. As soon as I get something done, all my friends are like, oh, maybe I'll get it done as well, you lovely guinea pig. Right, palm trees.
Look.
You're still moving.
I'm still moving, okay? I didn't think that what Dr. Ray had done was perfect for me.
Okay.
I shouldn't be having any movement at all. So that kind of disappointed me.
Maybe Beverly Hills has a bit more of this problem than other places, but some people here wish to go beyond what is already a good result. In other words, they look good and ought not to have anything else.
They want
Next time I go, which will be this week, you have to go with me and watch me bleed and watch me suffer. And you know what? It's kind of hot. No, but I like it. I'm very anal about the way I look, especially being that I'm somewhat of a celebrity. I'm in the public, I'm on television. I have to look good. But don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
There's something else going on there, sis. Something else going on there. So the point of Botox is to not completely paralyze everything. I get a decent amount put in here just to soften those frown lines because I'm a frowner. I love to frown. Frowning is my like forte, girls. And the rest of it I get just a little bit just so that I can still emote and move. As Dr. Ray said to her earlier, you're an actress. You still need to be able to like move your face. I don't like the idea of being completely frozen that you can't move at all. And I don't think that that is a professional result. That is very much like a bit back alley job. Is she gonna get more then?
Today we're going to go on a location scout for our film.
No,
Cindy and John Frank will be there, and we'll be visiting some mansions.
Oh no!
Hi, Cindy. How are
This
you?
is...
You look fabulous.
Okay, so that was just glossed over. Tabitha was like, no, I hate it.
I can work with you now?
Indeed.
Yes, I can work with
But
you
we're going
guys
to pay
now.
you less because there's less of you.
Oh, there's less of me, so I get
That's
paid
right.
less? I
Indeed.
don't like this deal at all.
I told her she shouldn't do it, but now that she did and she's happy, you know, I'm happy for her.
This has been.
Yeah, that's what you
know,
needed
just
to
don't
say.
feel
All we
that
needed
great
to do
for a
was just
while,
be
you
happy
know,
for your
but
friend.
it's totally worth it to me because I feel like I look a lot better, and that's what it was all about.
Okay.
I don't care if somebody sees me and doesn't immediately go, oh my God. To me, it's a difference.
Yeah,
She seems even more bubbly
As long as
and
it makes
effervescent
you
than ever.
happy.
I don't think people are going to look at her and say, oh man, she was so unattractive before and now she's so attractive. She's
It's quite
just
an impressive
slightly
result.
more attractive. But it really seems like the glow comes from within.
And if she didn't live in Los Angeles, she probably wouldn't think she had to be thinner.
I would definitely do it again. I thought it was a great experience and well worth it to me.
On the next
Wow!
Dr. Nine.
Okay, done. All right, Tabitha was unhappy with Dr. Ray there, wasn't she? Okay, I've got some thoughts, my loves. So, I don't know about you, and maybe I'm overstepping the mark here a little bit, but when people have said things like, you don't need to get that surgery, I don't know why you're doing all that, blah, 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 blah. Like Cindy had said to Beth there, Bethany's friend Cindy had said to her, I kind of felt maybe there was a little tiny pang of potentially jealousy or something. I don't know if maybe I'm overstepping a mark there, but in my life, from my personal experience, when someone has said, oh, I've gone too far with something or something like that. Quite often they've gone and got something similar to what I've had done. And I'm a little bit like, so did you say that to me because you actually had my benefit in mind? Or did you say that to me because you were in some way jealous that A, I had the confidence, or B, I had the opportunity to have it done? I don't know. For me, sometimes there's a question mark when someone expresses concern, because sometimes it's not a concern, it's like a mask of concern, if that makes sense. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I'm very, very glad that Bethany was so happy with her results. I feel like they were quite, what's the word? Is the word conservative? Conservative results. I kind of wish we'd seen like a full body shot before and after so that we could see like the extent. And I also don't think that a 3 weeks after photo is long enough to really understand like a liposuction result. I feel like they kind of need to be minimum 6 to 8 week photos so that we can actually see like how much of the swelling has gone, etc., 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 etc. So, interestingly, the other patient that we saw in this episode, Tabitha, and her obsession with Botox, I think there was something else going on there because of the way that she was talking about the procedures being done. I can sort of say that because I'm a little bit the same way. I like to feel things happening to me. I like to feel when my lips are getting fuller. I like to feel when my Botox is going in. Not to the point where I'm like, make me bleed, isn't it hot? Like she said, because I feel like that to me is indicative of a problem that might need some addressing perhaps. But I also do like to know that the things that I've had done are working. You know what I mean? I feel like that's just a sensible option. When I first started getting Botox, I erred on the side of caution because I was like, I kind of wanted the minimum necessary to get the result that I wanted. And I feel like that's a very good way of approaching things like surgery and things like cosmetic enhancement, shall we say. Always start with the minimum amount because it's very difficult to go back once you've gone too far. Kind of feeling a little bit like that with my lips right now, but they're just so swollen, bimbo. I can't wait for a couple of weeks and they'll be a little bit more sensible. So my lovelies, let me know what you think about what we've seen in today's video because it's been a little bit of a journey. It is nice to see someone who seems in every other aspect of their life quite well adjusted and quite happy, but they just wanted a bit of an enhancement. And I feel like a lot of the time that like archetype of plastic surgery isn't really shown. That to me is like a healthy relationship with using plastic surgery as a tool towards an outcome and not becoming the be all and end all. You know what I mean? And with that, my lovelies, it's time for the Patreons. You can see yourself scrolling past here. Yes, you can. Oh, you died, little biscuit. You were just squeaking at me to get on my lap. And now immediately here, sleep. Oh, so cute. And today's Twitch shout-out goes to Geek Girl Con. Thank you so much for following me over on Twitch, you stunning woman on the go. And if you want to be in with a chance of being featured in my next video's Twitch shout-out, make sure you follow me on Twitch. It is Luxeria Plays, and I stream twice weekly. Every Monday and Thursday, my lovelies. Is this comfortable? Is that comfortable for you? And as always, my loves, I want to say a massive thank you to my top-tier Patreons. Aloria, Laura Ali, Luke Peterson, Orkod Samoji, Amanda, Beebles32, Shell Herman, Christy Crownover, Christina Kyle, ContraPoints, Danielle, Danny Smith, Dorina Pina, Elizabeth Stone, Eric Castillo, Jen Martin, Jenabeth Herman, Caitlin Wright, Laura Jane, Les Banana, Mazel Morel, Min Min TM, Mariah Sherman, Nadia Hamdi, Nixie Tricks, Paolo Rivera, Ryan Vita, Sexy Texy RN, Slampire Queen, Steffi Tech, The Chaos Collective, Travelful, Dromo, Victoria Corella, and Zoe Sevier. And you know what, my loves? I'm going to leave it on the note of listen to your practitioners. If they are suggesting that you should have a treatment done in a specific way, do listen, but always remember you can get a second opinion also. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Yes. Little biscuit.